Hello, hi Shanta.
Hi, I hope I'm audible to you.
You are absolutely. Thank you so much for connecting. And how are you doing?
Yes, I'm a bit feeling under the weather from morning, so
Mm,
I have a itchy throat because it's a change of seasons. The monsoon has
yes,
started and it's
yes,
drizzling and gloomy outside, so I think that might be an effect. But since, like you told, you are not available for a few days in a row,
yes.
so I thought I have to finish it today. So you tell me how.
Yeah, yeah. Same for me, to be very honest, since last night, even I have got a little cold and feeling a little under the weather. But then I'm also wrapping up a lot of things. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm traveling to Amritsar and Chandigarh for 4 or 5 days. And then once I come back, my father has to undergo a small surgery. So I have taken like 10 days off from everything so that I can finish everything and then come back from the 15th.
Yeah,
So
and it's
yeah,
quite
just doing all
challenging.
of that.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
So,
yeah,
okay,
that's
we will
what.
start with
Hmm.
introduction. You mind
Of
introducing
course.
yourself to my audience, please?
Absolutely. I would love to do that. So, as everybody knows, my name is Mopriya, and I am a soft skills and a communication trainer. I was born and raised in Kolkata, but I have been staying in Pune for the last 10 years. And most of my career has been into the corporate sector. So, I have been working in the corporates for the last 11 years. And out of which, the last 5 years, I am a full-time trainer. I'm certified from Indian Leadership Academy. And very recently, in the month of December last year, I got married. And after that, I was like, I'm done with my 9 to 5 corporate job. Now I want to do something on my own. That's when my journey as an independent coach began. And I have been thoroughly loving this journey. Training for me is very inspiring and very motivating because, you meet new people every day and you help them through their communication journey and spread the knowledge that you have gained over the years. So that is very satisfying for me. And currently, I'm undergoing another certification for TEFL, which is teaching English as a foreign language. Once that is done, that will be another addition to the small achievements that I'm trying to make. So, yes, that's a little bit about me. And in my free time, I love traveling, as I told you, traveling to Amritsar tomorrow. And I love cooking. And I love spending a lot of time with my friends and family. So that's a little bit about me. If you have any specific questions, I would love to answer them.
Yes, the question was how do you inspire yourself to keep updating yourself, upskilling, because you're also doing a TEFL now. So I think it
Hmm.
requires a great deal of courage once you're married and when you have other things running in your mind, but still continuing on your learning journey. That's quite inspiring. Where do you get it from?
Well, what I feel is, it doesn't matter which field you are in or which stage in life you are in. It is very important to keep yourself updated with what's going on around you, right? Otherwise, somewhere you become obsolete. With the old techniques, you also become obsolete. So, like for our parents, like for example, right? When in their age or in their time, there was nothing called mobile phones or internet or anything, but now, if you see with time, they have also upskilled themselves. My father is using YouTube and Instagram and whatnot throughout the day to keep himself updated and occupied with what's going on in the world. Newspapers have transformed into e-magazines and, e-bulletins nowadays. So
Mm.
similarly for us also, it is very important to keep yourself upskilled, to keep yourself updated with the new techniques so that it is easier for you to connect with the current generation audience and also deliver things to them which they will also relate to. Otherwise, then it becomes very difficult to connect with people or to have conversations as such. So yeah, I think that is something which keeps me motivated.
Okay, that's good to know. And when I was learning English, also I did not have internet or phones or resources as much as I'm having now. So
Right.
how I learned was very naturally, just by speaking and unknowingly,
Mhm.
not consciously
Yes,
putting an effort to learn the language. It just became a part of my daily routine, like reading and listening. Obviously, honestly speaking, there were no resources for listening. So I just kept
right.
reading
Yeah.
and it came very naturally to me. But
Hmm.
nowadays, There are so many resources, and still I find it surprising that people are asking how to learn English. There's a certain stage they want to reach, they want to become fluent. I would say just make it a habit in yourself. Like, okay, fluency will come. What will you do after that? You will not stop
Right,
learning. It has to become a
right.
habit for you. So, what do you think are the
Correct.
reasons why people still have these many doubts within themselves in spite of having all the resources?
Okay, so to begin with, I would say, it is often very confusing for people when you flood them with a lot of options. That
Yeah.
is number one. The
Mm.
options are unlimited nowadays. Okay. And it is more like, than the need or the want to learn the language. It is more like a competition. That person is doing, I will also do this. I will also look at this video. I will also watch this video and I will also do it. But then I feel that, that motivation should not be a competition, and it should be the need or the want or the wish to learn the language. That is number one. So your reason why you are doing it, that needs to be very strong, and it needs to be only for your own benefit or your own good. That is number one. Number two is, with all the flooding options that you have available, you do not focus on one. You
Yeah.
keep scrolling. Okay. That scrolling never stops. It's like, okay, this video, 3 seconds. All right. I don't want to watch it anymore. Let's go to the next one. What is the next viral video? So you are not able to concentrate on focus on your learning journey. Most of the people that I see, they're constantly skipping from this to that, right? So your focus needs to be there, and you need to keep yourself away from the distractions. Now it is like, people know that there are so many avenues, but that effort that they need to put into their own learning journey, that effort is getting minimized. For example, I'll tell you, somebody who wants to lose weight,
Mm.
okay? Oh, no, they want to lose weight. But instead of going to the gym or going for that walk, they will start watching videos, scrolling videos and reels. So that's not going to help you lose weight. You can take a little idea and then stop there and go to the gym or go down to walk. That's going to help you, right? So this is also something that is happening with language learning, specifically English, because we have this habit of, when I see people learning English, they have this habit of always translating everything from their mother tongue, be it Hindi, be it any other language, to English. That in itself is a big drawback. You should never ever start with that thought of translation. A lot of my students come up to me and they will give me one sentence in Hindi. Uh, Ma'am, if I translate this to English, this is how it should come up, no? That habit of translation is not going to take you anywhere. And then there are, so many reels that you see these days, which will give you half-baked information, which will give you incorrect ways of learning. And then there is no filter where people can, somebody who actually wants to learn, they can filter out that, okay, this is good for me, this is not necessary, I will not waste my time on this. So there
Mm.
is no filter as such. I feel
Yes.
that is something which is creating, it is helpful, but it is also creating a barrier, because people are not able to understand which one should they look for and what to leave out.
Exactly. So, what is your, that is very relatable. Whatever you told, it's perfectly relatable. Everyone can relate to it, not only English learners, because what you told about dieting and exercising instead of scrolling, just do, because they know what they have to do, but they're not doing what they
Correct.
know. They're trying to find information. So, that's a very nice
Yes.
point. Okay, the next thing was, how was your English journey like? Did you learn from a convent or English medium school? How did you upskill? How did you learn English?
Hmm. That's very interesting. So I was not from a convent. I studied in an English medium co-ed school, and as any of us, the focus was definitely on grammar. Okay, but for me, English was one of my favorite subjects. So I always loved the language, and I liked going through the plays. We had Shakespeare, we had so many other stories, novels, and all of that in English. So I loved all of that. I was into the habit of reading since childhood. I loved reading. Okay. So I thought when I scored about, 87 or 88 in my ISC and ICSE exams, it was always towards 90 that I scored in English. I thought that, okay, I'm pretty good in English. That was my understanding. Okay.
Mm.
Now, the bubble bursted when I joined college. Now, I have done hotel management or hospitality management, as we call it.
Yes.
And of course, the medium of any communication there, because it was international hospitality management, it was English. For our
Yes.
classes, for any lectures that we were attending, any guest lecturers who were coming in, it was English. But because English was never very challenging for me, understanding lectures was okay. And again, I thought throughout the first year of my college, I thought that, yeah, it's easy. I can, I'm good in English. Then
Mm.
came the second year when we had to go for our industrial training. And
Okay.
for industrial training, you have to sit for interviews. Now, when you have to sit for interviews, your college obviously tells you that start preparing a few months prior, that you will be giving interviews, so start preparing.
Mm.
That's when I got the reality check that, okay, listening to English and understanding, writing in English, they are different. When it comes to speaking, it's a different ball game altogether. None of that helps in your speaking skills, right? So when the mock interview started, that is when I realized that, okay, why am I having to think so much before answering? Or why am I having to uh, construct the sentences in my mind? And why am I pausing when I'm speaking?
Mm.
That's when I realized that being in that habit of speaking continuously is absolutely necessary. So, what was happening? Lectures or attending sessions, you don't speak too much because there are like 100 students in one room and you are attending a lecture. And with your friends, you will obviously speak in Hindi or whatever your vernacular language is. You will not speak to them in English. That's not the culture we have here till now, right? And that was, I'm talking about back in 2006, right? So that's when I realized that, okay, if you want to be confident or if you want to do better in communication, then you have to speak the language. So that's when I started. Now, how I started is it was, thankfully, I was staying in a PG with my roommates, and all of us had to prepare for interviews. So we started from there. We started taking that opportunity, whatever, late night talks, midnight talks, college discussions we wanted to have, we started having them in English. No matter how difficult it was, but we made a point to do that. And I started listening to a lot of English. When I say listening, movies, web series, that time there were not too many web series that were there, but
Mm.
movies were there. So we used to download movies and we used to watch movies together, right? And initially, for the first few days, we started with subtitles because then the accent and all of that was very
Yeah.
difficult to understand.
Mm.
But after 10-15 days, we stopped all of that and we started without subtitles. And slowly and steadily, that became a habit. So, as you were saying, Shanta, that, it just came naturally.
Mm.
That was somewhere I would say it came naturally when I started incorporating the speaking part in my daily life or the listening part in my daily life. Over
Mm.
a point, you become fluent. So it's a natural process. There is no magic pill that you can take.
Exactly.
And I think even today, if anybody wants to learn the language, they have to put that effort in practicing, in listening, and that is what gets you to fluency.
Mm. Okay. When you told about hotel management, my husband also has done his hotel management, BHM.
Oh,
Later, he
mm-hmm.
went to Melbourne and he completed his master's in hospitality and
Wonderful.
tourism. Yeah, so I
Mm,
was just like connecting there. Okay, so the next
right.
question
Right.
is, do you believe that confidence is something people are born with? Because I have two kids. My daughter, she's introvert. She's very self-conscious and she has a complexity. But my son, he's a bit confident. He will approach a stranger, he will talk to them. But as grown-up adults also, will that quality stay like that? Do you believe that people are born confident?
So see, it is, what I feel is some people are confident from their childhood. Now, you
Hmm.
cannot really classify that this person was born confident, because when they are born, we do not know if they have that quality instilled. But whatever experiences they start going through in their life since their childhood, that is what creates their personality. So, for some kids, they look at certain things in one perspective from their very childhood, as early as I would say 1.5 years, they start absorbing things which are happening around them. They start, taking in a lot of information and processing it in their own way. So experiences, what I feel, is makes somebody confident or a little hesitant in their approach. And it doesn't matter if someone is born confident or not.
Hmm.
Confidence is something that can be built in an individual, uh, and it does not matter at what age. Even
Hmm.
if somebody at the age of 50 is, underconfident or a little hesitant, if they decide that I want to work on this quality, they can still develop confidence in themselves, right? So more than being born confident, I would say that in my experience, what I have seen, confidence is a quality. Just like English,
Hmm.
you develop your language skills, you develop your confidence as well. Now, there are definitely, you cannot just do it in one day. It doesn't happen overnight. But there are certain practices. You can definitely have somebody to guide you through it, have a mentor who can, help you through the journey. But it is something that can be inculcated in a person.
Mhm. Yes, I heard this somewhere that, confidence is like building muscles. Some people are already
Yeah.
born bulky, but still, if they want to
Mm-hmm.
create biceps or something, they need to hit the gym. With whatever little muscles they have, everyone has to hit the
Correct.
gym to put on,
Correct.
to put on all the muscles and everything. No matter if it is going to
Absolutely.
pain, it is going to hurt you, but you should not stop at
Mm.
it. So confidence is like that. When you
Very
face
well
somebody
put.
and you're
Yeah.
feeling underconfident, don't give up
Mm.
at it. Try the next time. You might fail 3, 4 times. That is how you keep building it. It is a continuous process.
Right.
It's not that he has become
Right.
confident now. No, when he faces a person who's
Mm.
better than him, he will feel underconfident. But you just have to keep working on it.
Absolutely. And one more thing that, often I keep telling most of my students who are suffering with, underconfidence or hesitation, is that the reason why, this feeling of hesitation or underconfidence creeps in is because you are too bothered with what others are going to think of you, or
Hmm.
you are too bothered with how people are going to judge you. The moment you realize that nobody's opinion really matter, if you want to say something, if you want to convey something, you should make an effort to do that. And people will say no matter what. Like, there are, even today, when Virat Kohli is, had an amazing career throughout his lifetime, even then there are people who are criticizing him.
Yes.
So that's never going to stop. No matter what you do in life, there will be a certain section of people who are going to judge you negatively, and there are going to be a certain set of people who are going to be positive about you and motivate you. So it's it's your perspective. Which one you want to focus on? You want to focus on the negatives in life, or you want to focus on the positives in life? Just making that little mind shift change is the first step towards your confidence building journey, right?
Hmm.
So it is definitely trainable, it is definitely workable, and very nicely stated by you that all of us have these qualities in different levels within
Yes.
us. It is just how we want to nurture them and how we want to build on them.
Exactly. Right. So since you are a coach, and have you watched any of my video? Any of my
I
videos?
have on and off. Yes, yes, on and
Okay.
off. I have seen a few videos that, you conduct, and I really like, the way that, the demeanor in which you are conducting your sessions, the way you speak. I like the fact that, you are always very positive, and, your approach is very positive overall. So yes, I have definitely seen your videos.
Yes. So since like on a lighter note, nothing related to English. So people are like,
Hmm.
so busy in their lives nowadays, do a lot of things, achieve a lot of things, don't be peaceful, don't sleep enough, be active, achieve this, that, and retire early, own everything in your life. So do you believe in hustle culture?
Ah, okay. That's a very, very interesting and a very, I think, a very relevant topic these days that I see people doing around me, and I keep having this discussion with a lot of people. So, see, what I believe is different cultures of work or different cultures of living life changes from time to time. Over every few decades, it will keep changing and it will keep evolving. But for me, honestly, um, life is all about balance. So for me, it as it is important to earn money or do well in your career, equally it is important that I enjoy this journey of life. I have or I make the experiences which I'm going to remember till till the time I'm 80 or till the time I'm 90. I should be able to remember those. I should have something to remember, and there should be relationships around me, not just with my family, but people that I connect with, because those are equally important for me in life, right? So whenever I see somebody that they are not focusing on their health, they're just
Mm,
working day in and day out, no
mm.
sleep, uh, nutrition, oh my god, nutrition has gone for a toss these days. So people are just taking cups of coffee
Yeah,
and then just a burger,
supplements.
French fries. Yeah, supplements. That's all that people are doing these days. So I feel somewhere it's very important to understand that no matter how much money you have stacked in your bank account, if you are just paying your medical bills after a certain point in life, it's not going to help you,
Mm,
right? So
yeah.
focusing on your body, focusing on your health, focusing on your mental well-being, very important. I see so many young people these days getting upset or stressing out over the fact that somebody else at work is doing better than me, or my boss is favoring someone else at work. uh, I don't know, why would you want to disturb your peace of mind over the fact that somebody else is doing good. I feel as human beings, we should feel happy that somebody else is doing good. Or at least it should not matter, or I should not lose my peace of mind if somebody is doing well, or if my boss is favoring somebody else. It's okay, they are favoring somebody. Maybe they have certain kind of bonding, or maybe they like something about that person. If you're so bothered, have that conversation instead of
Mm,
losing your peace of mind, right? So, all of the things put together, like hustle culture is there, definitely,
mm,
it is a part of today's society. But what I feel, every individual should value their life, their relationships, their health, their mental well being, and the time that they have. Because life, I think, is the most valuable and the most uncertain thing that we all have in our hands, and we should value that and we should cherish that, right? So that's what my point of view is on the recent turn of things that we see.
yes, very well said. I think you covered all the aspects, physical, mental, health, nutrition, everything. So very well said. Was there any question you wanted to ask me?
Well, yeah, I would definitely. You said that, I wanted to ask you this question, but you already said that this happened by accident. So now
Yeah.
I will slightly tweak my question for you. So, yes, I would want to know, how did your journey of YouTube started, and how has this journey been for you, or what is it about the YouTube journey that you enjoy?
See, like I'm an engineer. I was working as a software engineer, but uh, I try to focus more on my family and having children and all that happened. So I had a 10 years of career gap and I did not want to go back again into working full time. So I started
Mm,
applying for jobs. Then I got selected for engtalki as a tutor. So they just
mm,
really focus on your English and your fluency. Degree doesn't matter. So it was not asked for. So I got selected and I started working there. So people would record our sessions and put on their YouTube channel. So I thought, let me have a
mm.
channel of my own so that people can approach me directly and talk to me. So that's where I started my
Oh,
YouTube channel. And it was quite difficult because I didn't know anything about technology on how to start a
Mhm.
channel, how to record, post videos. So initially I wasn't getting views, but later I started having conversations. So
Mm.
I just kept being consistent. Like every day I uploaded a video, and yeah, the journey has been really rewarding. And when I was seeing people telling like my YouTube fam, I would think that they are faking it out. But when you
Yeah.
are in the journey, you realize it is indeed your family, because there are people who
Mm.
regularly comment on your videos, and it's like you haven't
Correct.
seen each other, but you have a kind of bonding already with them. So the journey has been really rewarding, and all like at least 98% are positive. People are giving good comments. So the journey has been
Mm.
really wonderful. Thoroughly enjoying every aspect of it.
Great, great. That's wonderful to hear. Like, I have been into training for so long, but it never, to be honest, occurred to me to, be on YouTube or make a channel or do anything. But now that I have started recently, I feel it's such a nice medium to reach out to so many people in one go. And uh, it is nice when you connect, like for instance, you reached out through YouTube, right? So had I not been there on YouTube, we would have never connected. So I feel it's a great way to connect with people, and that is something that even I am enjoying thoroughly with my YouTube journey. But to be honest, on a lighter note, it's a lot of hard work. The
It is.
editing, the thumbnail, and this and that. It is a huge chunk of your time that goes into it. But I think at the end of the day, you get the reward out of it as well, when you connect with people and you make those relationships.
And it is so unpredictable. You never know whether people are going to like your content. Sometimes you feel a
Mm.
video is going to do really good, but it fails
Mm.
there. Sometimes you don't have any
Correct,
expectation, and you're even thinking you're in two minds whether to post the video or not, and that it starts picking up. So it is
correct.
unpredictable. But anyways, it is nice. It is a fun way to keep involved, because I am
Yes.
doing this. I'm focusing completely on YouTube. I do not have a second career. So I'm giving it
Mm.
my 100%. So that's how I'm able to
Good,
do it.
good. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. And I wish you all the very best, Shanta.
Thank you so much. Any advice for the learners? Anything you want to say before we wind up the session?
Absolutely. So, all of the learners who are trying to, learn spoken English and master or be fluent in spoken English, I would suggest just a few things. Number one is stop translating from your mother tongue to English. Surround yourself with the language that will help you in becoming fluent. So I think we have already discussed how to surround yourself. You can
Yes.
speak as much as possible. You can think in the language, and you listen to the language as much as possible. If you like to read, do a little bit of reading. So that's how you surround yourself with the language. And number two is do not doubt yourself, because I see a lot of learners, they are in so much of self doubt. I
Hmm.
will not be able to do this. I don't know this. uh, I have never done this. So forget that you have a no in your dictionary, and just trust yourself that if so many lakhs and thousands and crores of people are able to do it, even you can do it. It is not rocket science. And just be confident, believe in yourself, and that's how you can excel in your journey.
Thank you so much for the wise words. I hope people will get benefit out of your expertise. So thank you so much for accepting my request and being there on my channel. So you have a good day and have a good trip. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you so much, Shanta, and thank you for having me over. Thank you for inviting me. And, I really enjoyed this conversation thoroughly. I would definitely look forward to meeting you once I am back and, staying in touch.
Yes.
And yeah, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye. Bye.